Okay guys, so this is like unboxing video. So what I've done, I have taken a 10-gallon tank and filled it at least about 6-7 inches with cocoa fiber, and I have poured some purified water all through the cocoa fiber to add some humidity, because these guys tend to like a little bit of humidity. I also have the burrow there with like the overturned flower pot, which they actually prefer to use. And before anybody goes saying like this is like too big of an enclosure, these guys get up to an 11-inch leg span, 11 inches across. So, and I know she looks curled up right now, but she already has a decent size leg span. So, I mean, if I were to put her in something smaller, I would just be taking her out with her next molt probably, because these guys have very, very, very impressive molts, meaning that, I mean, their size just grows exponentially and it grows very quickly. So I'm just, giving her a better enclosure. I do plan to add a water dish and some moss, vermiculite moss, and some other stuff for her. Like, this is just the beginning. I'm also getting some isopods in, so I'm going to be putting some isopods in there for a cleanup crew for her. And we'll see how the unboxing or unbowling in this case goes, because she was in a very small, like, little enclosure, like a nano cube enclosure at the pet store. And when the guy was trying to take her out to put her in here for transport, he, I don't know what he did, but 1 second she was in the nano cube enclosure, and the next second she was like on his shirt and climbing around his back. So yeah, she's very fast, and she was very irritated to be moved out of the nano cube. But during the ride home, she was pretty calm, so I'm hoping that that's a good sign and that I can just get her comfortably situated and thriving in a new enclosure in her new home. I'm thinking of naming her Santanico Pandemonium after the character from Dusk Till Dawn. If you've seen the movie, that is the character that Salma Hayek plays, the female vampire that is like the queen of the vampires, that kind of tells George Clooney where to go with himself. So, yeah, I really like that character, and, that movie is pretty, rated R, so if you're not of age, do not watch. But she seems pretty calm right now. I am hoping that it stays that way, because like I said before, and I should have told you guys this in the first video and try to explain where I'm coming from. I am coming from a family where arachnophobia was taught and passed down along the lines. My mother was terrified of spiders, even tiny, tiny jumping little house spiders. She would run for her life. My grandmother was allergic to spider bites, or I should say spider venom. And so she had an acute case of arachnophobia, and that has gotten passed down, throughout the generations of our family. And the only person that ever even tried to keep a spider as a pet was my Uncle Wolf, and he kept hidden from my grandma a spider in an enclosure under his bed. And when she found out, she nearly fled the house in terror, and he did have to get rid of his pet. So, I mean, I'm just trying to kind of heal from arachnophobia, basically, that it's not even my phobia, it was kind of just taught to me, inherently taught to me, and I want to be rid of it, and I'm almost rid of it. I'm almost completely rid of it. And I'm proud of myself for that, because it's taken over a decade to get to this point where I want to help other people get over their arachnophobia. I want to help animal husbandry, tarantula husbandry along, and I want to tell you that there's nothing to fear. And I try not to be afraid, because these animals are delicate, and they're just beautiful. They're like nature's little acrobats. They're so interesting to watch, and I have grown to love them now, so I want to try to help other people kind of like do the same, because it's high time where we try to like just kill spider prejudice, and there's no reason to be afraid. These animals will flee from you before you should flee from them. They very rarely, at least most tarantulas, their first instinct is to just run. And most spiders in general, their first instinct is to run. They don't have good eyesight, even though they do have 8 eyes. They don't have good eyesight. They don't have ears, so they cannot hear. They have no hearing at all. They can feel the vibrations around them, and that's kind of how they, quote unquote, hear things and feel for things. But you have to realize that these guys, they are more likely to run for their lives from you or to flick urticating hairs than to ever, purposely chase after and bite you. A spider will not chase you. That the movies have done them a great inservice or disservice, I should say, by creating these mega monsters that will like just jump and chase you and try to get you, when it's actually the other way around. They really, really, really just want to run and hide in the dark from something as big as a human being. So, that being said, I should have done this better, but I don't have like a tripod or anything like that. I'm just going to try to like kind of set you guys down. And I'm going to try to get her out in the gentlest way possible. I might just take the lid off and wait till she kind of vacates the cup, because she has had a little bit of a bumpy ride, and like I said, she also got out on the store owner's t-shirt or whatever, so I definitely want her to just chill right now. So what I'm going to do is just loosen the lid a bit, and I think once I loosen the lid, I'm just going to loosen it and then take it off very gently, because I don't want her to bolt to where she's going to bolt out of this cup and then out of the tank and around my house. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. Listen to me, Santanico. Like, I don't want you to bolt, okay, girl? Like, please. Please don't bolt. Okay. So, I actually have loosened the lid all the way around, and I am going to do this and just, like, try to, like, there we go. And then I'm gonna just take that out and like let me, there we go. So I'm just gonna like let her chill for a minute and just, maybe come out on her own. I don't want to create stress for her because she's been through enough stress for the day. So I know this is a long video. I didn't mean for it to take that long, but I wanted to just give you some background on why I am creating this page and why I do what I do. And so if you guys like this video, just hit the subscribe button and the like button. I am going to be trying to post new videos at least once a week, and I am also going to be starting up Storytime with tarantulas, which is going to be pretty cool. So if you guys want to check that out, just follow my page, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.